Just checking to see if this one works. So I've been going round and round on this on how to mount the transponder, which that slides in there, and the remote audio panel. And what I think I'm going to do is use this big 2x2 square aluminum, attach it here, and cut out all the stuff that I don't need. Now, there's a vent on the transponder on the side that I'm going to cut out, and then this piece will actually, I'll do like a slide-in piece like I did up behind that the panel, and then just 2 screws that hold this on top of it, and this way all the wiring can go there. The transponder antenna cable goes right there, and then the audio wiring, I don't know if it'll go all the way around like this or that way, kind of have to see what makes the most sense. And yeah, I'll attach it with P-clips or whatever you call these, plain clamps. I got a couple extra 5/8 ones there. I'll probably put a couple of tabs coming off of the side of this. So that's tonight's project. So I cut a couple of brackets. I remember to cut out a vent hole. Got all the screw holes lined up. Gonna take it to the table saw and trim out the unnecessary parts. All right. Even if they're useless, they're pretty cool looking brackets. So I made this one. I cut all the useless stuff off. The one original bolt here, the other original bolt here. And I think I'm gonna just put a piece across the back so I can get a clip in there. I could put the clip on one side, but if I put a piece, I can grab both sides. And if we need to move it, right now we have just under 3 inches back here, but since I don't have the plug and the D-sub connector, I'm not sure how much room I really need. And if we need to modify it, it won't be completely wasted. On the front, I'm gonna cut these guys down, and the screw will go through both of these and then run into this into a plain clamp on the crossbar. This is too good not to record. So I'm putting the flat flush rivets in here, and I was literally taking this bit by hand and turning it, and I got these 3, but I couldn't get into this corner. So I just grabbed the very tip that sticks through in a number 40 countersink, put it in the drill, turning it backwards, and had actually worked to put the countersunk rivet in. Doesn't help that I have a band-aid on my finger. Here you go, rivets through here, flush in there, and then that will, let's see. It's gonna be a little puzzle piece. We got one here. This has little edges bent down. So those all get riveted in there. Oh, what I should probably mention is that this is the slide in for the back of this. So that will slide in there. These edges keep it from going in and out. And then 2 screws up here. Again, just 2 6/32 screws. Take the nuts off of that, and you can slide this thing out. And that's the mount for that. But getting there, piece by piece. So my little slide in for the back of this, that came out really nice. Their rivets are flush on the inside. There's a little spacer over here, and even the little bent over lip. So basically all you have to do is take this guy. Sorry, this little protrusion actually helps lock it in as well. So you just slide that in there, and then you can obviously slide this guy out, and then the countersunk screws go from the inside with nuts on the outside. So that's real easy. I originally had about 2 inches behind here and kind of decided that wasn't enough. We measured the connectors. So now I have 3.5. But after putting all that work into making these brackets, I actually don't like this setup. So I think I'm going to make new ones of these because I got nothing better to do. I moved it forward an inch. I'll probably move it forward or back another 1/2 inch and just do extenders of that. So the time lapse was probably useless, but basically what I did is I made a newer and improved version of these. These were a little beefier than they needed to be. They're like 3/4 by 3/4 by 1/2 inch with the cutout for the vent, and they don't need to be that strong. And they were too short. So what I did is I made 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch, and I left the back 3/4 flush rivets there. That holds that. This thing is really solid. This unbolts from inside, so you slide this guy out and you get at these 2 bolts, just like you get at all the bolts for that guy. Then you slide that out from underneath here. I think I explained that earlier. So basically it just locks into the back. A couple of cool things is I made these little tabs that bend down so it can't slide left and right, which it can't do anyway. And then here is a strap that goes across the bottom, just like there's a strap that's across the back there. So, oh, hey dog, I'm watching this dog. Okay, I know, I'm talking to myself, get used to it if you're gonna stay here. So anyway, that is done. Really happy with it. Took forever, but I didn't like the other one. I didn't like this angled. I didn't like there wasn't enough room back there for wiring. There was a bunch of stuff I didn't like, so went through the trouble of making a new one. And now when I look at it, I know this is built as good as I can build it, and really happy with it. If you ask why I couldn't put 2 tabs here, a bunch of reasons. There's a tab that goes on the floor there, a tab and a weld spot, a tab up top here for the stick handle, and there's another tab underneath there. So you literally had like 1 spot here, maybe a spot over there. So I just decided to do 1, and these 2 going onto the main 5/8 tube are super strong as well. All right, and I tried to make it before 1. Well, I guess I was done if I wasn't yapping on the video, but it is a work night. I gotta go to work tomorrow, and but I was just on a roll, so really happy. Oh, guess what? My friend gave me A30s, so really excited. I saw them at Oshkosh, and not Oshkosh, Spring Break, Sun and Fun. Yeah, I'm tired. Good night. This was version 2 that went across there, and my original thought was It acts as a little bit of a suspension. Like if you bend on it, or I don't know, if you're working on a seat and somebody leans on it, it was kind of flexing a little bit. That was my excuse, but it was basically just a design flaw. So couldn't leave well enough alone. I made this style 3/4 by 1/2 inch. It just bends the other way because the bolt comes up from underneath, and this way wires can exit this way. And yeah, another small improvement, and now it's perfect.